In America, not only can we not get rid of these people who spew the hatred for our country, they burn our flag, they advocate for Sharia law, and they tell us from the middle of Times Square on loudspeakers that they're here to take over our country. We apparently, in America, elect them, like Ilhan Omar. She's at the top of my list for denaturalization for a number of reasons. But one of them is that she came here by our good graces because her father was a genocide-committing warlord in Somalia, and they had to flee when his administration lost power because everybody wanted to kill him. America gave her and her father asylum, and now she hates us. And instead of thanking us, she spits in our face.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation.
No, they're not. In fact, they're getting convicted left and right in your district, Ilhan Omar, which is, by the way, the #1 terror recruiting capital of America. You have almost 100 Somalis to date and more under investigation that are convicted, stealing $9 billion of U.S. government money that came from us. But when confronted with any of these types of criticism, the same people like Congresswoman Ilhan Omar turns around and then says stuff like this.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
That's also not true at all. According to the U.S. government, in the same year she said that, which was 2018, black people, despite making up only 13% of the population, actually committed over 52% of the homicides. White people, representing 60% of the population, Ilhan, only committed less than 45% of the homicides in this country. This is the same person calling you and I Islamophobic for saying things that are plain for everyone to see. Turns out the #1 driver of Islamophobia, and I don't like that term because it implies that I'm afraid of them, which I am not, but the driving reason is the fact that they are conducting most of the terror attacks. Not speaking at school board meetings and being called a terrorist, I'm talking actual terror attacks, most clearly in the last week. I realize this is an uncomfortable conversation because we have been so conditioned to not say uncomfortable truths, even when it's based on data. And the left is, look, feel free to fact check any of my numbers. In fact, I dare you, I encourage you to. But we can't actually start solving problems till we address what the actual problem is. And the biggest avoidable problem in this country that we are facing is who we are letting in, from fiscal policy to dangers to whatever else. It's not the biggest problem, but it is the easiest avoidable problem. Yet our system refuses to address it. While Democrats also have the Department of Homeland Security shut down right now, by the way. Great job, guys.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.